Are you utilizing your slice backhand to its fullest potential? Are you using it as a tactical weapon as well as a defensive weapon? In this lesson today, I'm going to show you how to use your slice backhand to disrupt your opponent and give you lots of different ideas on how to use it to be really effective in your match play. In modern tennis, there's so much emphasis on topspin, even at the professional level, that oftentimes you don't see players utilize the underspin shot enough. And oftentimes, though, you see when they do use it effectively, it disrupts the opponent, creates mistakes, creates short balls and opportunities, even at the highest level in professional tennis. So as recreational players, we should be trying to learn to really use the slice to create opportunities and disrupt our opponent on the court. And in this lesson, I'm going to give you a couple more ideas on how to do that. So rather than just using the slice as a defensive weapon when you're in trouble, or a defensive shot when you're in trouble, how about using the slice as a tactical weapon when you have other choices? So you could be totally set up and balanced to play an aggressive shot, for example, a topspin shot, and instead of going for the topspin, you just play a soft slice over the net, nice and short and low. And that is the kind of skill or shot tactic that makes you less predictable and keeps your opponent off balance. So there's so many different things you can do with the slice from the same setup. So you just saw me play a short little ball that kind of dropped into the service box. And from the same position, I could go through the ball and make the ball carry through the court and land near the baseline. And it's a very efficient shot to play. So you have a driving slice, you have a low soft slice, you could play a little angle slice just over in the corner. There's just so many options that you have to disrupt your opponent's rhythm and position on the court. One of the challenges of the slice, and one of the reasons why I think in modern tennis it seems to be less emphasized, is the tendency for the slice to float and sit up. So if you hit a floating slice that sits up, obviously it gives your opponent a lot of time to get to the ball, and then the ball's high, so they can be very aggressive with it. So that's probably the main reason why we're reluctant to use it. So when you're developing the slice backhand, I want you to learn how to play what I call a chip or a knifing slice, where you come through the ball and you send it through the court low, so that when the ball bounces, it skips off the court and stays down below the knees. And that makes the return for your opponent much more complicated and much more difficult. So the best way to really develop this is just get out and do what I'm doing here, where you just toss the ball up, reset your hands, and then play the ball. Up, set, play. And get that ball to scoot through the court, skip off your court surface, stay down nice and low. And that same skill you can use for your approach shots as well. But that's called a chip or a knifing slice that travels level and then skips off the court. And that's how you're going to be able to make this shot an offensive weapon. Other shot options with the slice backhand are the lob, defensive lob, or even sometimes an offensive lob. You can just get your strings to slide under the ball and go up. And when you hit an underspin lob, the characteristic of the ball in flight is to carry and float. And oftentimes that will produce an overhead attempt on the ball that is mistimed and early, versus a topspin lob where the ball's traveling and accelerating through the court. I find that my opponents will oftentimes miss that heavy underspin lob. So that's another piece you can put in there, especially effective in doubles play. And another great shot that you can use with a slice backhand, of course, is the drop shot. So when you receive a ball in the midcourt, you have a couple of different options you can play with the slice and really disguise what you're going to do. So as I'm coming in and the ball's in the midcourt, I can either knife through it and hit a really good approach shot, or I can come in with the same setup and I can just slide my strings under the ball and drop it into the court short, all from the same setup. So there's a real element of disguise with the shot. So in summary, there are a lot of different tactical options that you have available with the slice backhand to round out your game, disrupt your opponent, and make your match play much more fun and interesting as well. So use that slice backhand. Now, if you would like to learn more about how to technically play the slice backhand and many other shots as well, you may visit our Performance Plus library of lessons by clicking the link below, and that'll take you to a free page, a private free page for you, where you can review all the key elements, the essential key elements to all the shots in tennis. And it's going to give you a great guideline for your game. And don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to our channel, and we look forward to seeing you at the next video.